Hi guys, welcome back to a new episode of Synced Up. I hope everyone is enjoying their day. I am really excited to talk to you about this topic. I'm going to teach you 3 tricks that I personally use and know for a fact work to create magnetic and attractive energy. And this doesn't mean physical attraction. I mean like being attractive to your manifestations, to new opportunities, to things that you truly desire that might not even be in your conscious realm. You're going to be able to attract things far greater than you even imagined. So let's just get right into it. And maybe I'll give like a little life update afterwards because some crazy stuff has been happening and it has to do with energy and manifestation. And yeah, that's why I know that these tricks work, because I literally do it and I'm literally seeing in my personal life that it works. I want to give a manifestation story because I think it's just going to make everything that I'm explaining come to life. So I posted on Instagram, this was right after New Year's, and I had done this manifestation list and goals list for 2023. So I write down this list and I posted on Instagram, and on this list, one of the things that I said as a joke, but not joking, because like I would be very down for it to happen, but I just threw it in there to kind of make it lighter. But I said, I want to sit next to a hot guy on a plane because first of all, I hate flying. Second of all, it makes a fun story. Who gets to say that they sat next to a hot guy on a plane? That never happens, only in the movies. And I just wanted to spice up my life a little bit, make things more interesting. So I put it on my manifestation list. A few days later, I am flying home to New York from Palm Beach. And I was like, wow, so this is my opportunity to see if I'm gonna sit next to a hot guy on the plane. On the way to the airport, my mom and my aunt are driving me and I'm like, I wonder if I'm gonna sit next to a hot guy. And we're just laughing, whatever. So I go through security, I'm waiting to board, get on the plane, we're boarding, and I sit down in my seat and the guy behind me is like, oh, excuse me, do you mind if we switch seats? I misbooked my seat and I want to be with my family. And the row across from me was his entire family, like his 2 kids and his wife. And I was like, yeah, sure. So I pick my stuff up. I go to the row behind me. Lo and behold, there is literally a hot guy sitting in the window seat. I'm in the aisle seat and I'm like, no fucking way. I pick up my phone. I'm texting like my mom and my aunt in a group chat, my best friends. I'm like, oh my God, that guy's sitting next to a hot guy. I was freaking out. And also because I wasn't even supposed to sit in that seat. And then the guy was like, can we switch? So kind of freaking out. Yeah, and I don't know if it was like, oh, he's a 6, but we're on the plane together. You know what I mean? Like when you see a guy your age in the airport and it's immediate like sexual tension because you guys are just the same age. But he actually was hot. And I was like, oh my God, is he gonna talk to me? So anyway, it's a full flight. They close the doors and then I realize it's a full flight except for the seat in between us. So it's me, empty seat, hot guy. And I again was like, oh my God. Like it kept getting crazier and crazier. So then we're getting ready, we're taxiing, and then all of a sudden the pilot announces that we need to go back to the gate because of some like technical or like pet carrier issue, whatever, there was an issue. So I'm texting my mom and I'm like, wait, we're delayed even more. And then she was like, this is your sign to talk to him. And I'm thinking like, well, why isn't he talking to me? Like, doesn't he want to talk to me? I'm a cute girl. Although I was wearing like no makeup, my hair was crazy. I was not looking super cute, but I was like, I guess I have to talk to him. But I just couldn't muster up the courage to say something to him. And I was thinking, Sabrina, you literally put this on your manifestation list. You're gonna let go of this opportunity that you literally manifested. So we're, waiting at the gate, even more time delayed. And I'm not gonna lie, I had to use that time to muster up the courage to say something to him. So finally, at this point I haven't said anything. Then we take off and I'm like, okay, at cruising altitude, I'm saying something. So then he like starts to close his eyes. He's like looking out the window. I'm like, all right, am I ever gonna talk to him? Finally, he starts bringing out these like fabric tiles, like these samples. And I'm like, this is perfect. I'm gonna ask him what he's doing. So I said, can I ask why you have these? And then that was the beginning. And then we ended up talking for the entire flight, and it was really fun. We ended up having a lot of mutual friends in a like really close way. So it was crazy that we actually hadn't met before or heard of each other before, because we also both grew up in New York. And yeah, it was just crazy. So we ended up talking for the whole flight. At the end, we exchanged God. We exchanged Instagrams and phone numbers, and I was like, cool, I just made a new friend. I honestly didn't think of it as like, oh my God, I'm gonna date this guy or anything like that, because I'm also very much at the point where my number one focus is myself. And not just like, oh, all me, blah, blah, blah. Like, I am desiring figuring out my life. Like my number one focus is myself and my career and really getting everything off the ground. That's my priority. And I think in the past, my only priority was boys. Like I was so focused on boys and not focused on myself. And I really think that was actually like repelling. But my focus right now really is myself and my career. And of course, like my family and my friends. So when we were talking, I was like, wow, this was a really funny coincidence. Actually, I don't believe in coincidences. I knew it happened for a reason because I'm a spiritual baddie and there are no coincidences. But yeah, I honestly, I wasn't thinking about it like, ooh, cool, now we're gonna date. I was just like, this is really awesome. I manifested something and I made a new friend and this is so cool and whatever. So anyway, that happens. And then the weekend comes and I'm supposed to get dinner with all my friends, but dinner plans fell through. So I was like, you know what? Let me text this guy. He seems like he's really fun. I was super into the fact that he just seemed like a lot of fun. And I was like, we could be great friends. So I FaceTimed him and I was like, what are you doing tonight? I ended up going out and meeting him with his friends. And my friends were like, you're going by yourself to meet this guy that you just met and all of his friends that you don't know? And I was like, yeah, like, right? And because I was just excited. I was like, I'm going to meet a new friend and I'm going to go out and have fun and just see like what the night takes, like where it takes me. So I go out, I meet up with him, I meet up with his friends. It was really fun. And then ended up, whatever. I don't know how much I want to share about this. I'm kind of just sharing to show like manifestation proof. And it's crazy how the universe works. But what I think was the thing that made it so like happen really fast was that my attachment to the outcome of the situation, there was no attachment. I was just open to receiving the manifestations. I was feeling really good. I was feeling like I was just putting all my energy, and I am. My energy is totally within myself and my career and serving you guys and learning and whatever. But it's really focused on myself. And then if other things happen, that's amazing. But my intention was really to just have fun and be open and not take things super seriously and just feel good. I think that's what made it happen and I attracted it that way because of how I was feeling. Because when you are manifesting something, it all starts with the way that you feel. Your feelings are because your feelings create your energy, and your energy is what attracts your desires to you. So say you want to attract a romantic interest, but you are feeling so energetically bad about yourself. Like you're not having fun, you are being really hard on yourself, you're bringing yourself down, you're self-deprecating. That's not going to attract a fun new experience because your energy isn't matching what you want to call in. So it's really important that you take care of yourself first and fill yourself up with good feeling thoughts, energy, and just prioritize you and how you're feeling. So that was just like a really fun manifestation story, and I hope it inspires you to feel good. To now get into the bulk of the episode, I want to teach you the 3 tricks that I use to create magnetic and attractive energy. And I kind of just touched on it, but number 1 is prioritizing your feel good energy. And a little trick that you can do that I saw this on TikTok, and honestly, I practiced it and it really, really works. I noticed though, it's better to practice this with things that you don't care as much about. So if you're practicing it on like manifesting a new job, obviously that's something that's really important to you. So maybe do it on something smaller. And I'm going to give you an example. But the premise of it is, think about give yourself 5 to 10 minutes, give yourself the space to visualize your manifestation, visualize your desire, and then literally feel it in your body. Like you're envisioning it happening, you're imagining it happening, then feel what it would feel like to be in that position and just make it like a full sensory experience. And I'm going to give you an example. So actually later that night when I was on the plane, I checked my bags and everything was so delayed. It was like 1:30 a.m. I finally got my bag and I'm calling an Uber. All the Ubers are canceling. And not only are they canceling, they're all like 8 minutes away because it's 1:30 a.m. and I'm at the airport. So obviously there's like not going to be one that comes like that. So I was getting really frustrated. I was so tired and I was like, wait, let me practice this trick. So I literally in the middle of the airport, I closed my eyes and I just envision and I feel the vibration of my phone going off saying your Uber just came. I picture myself being so happy and so relieved. Like I feel it as if I just got the notification and how I would feel if I got that notification. And I would just be so fucking happy and so relieved that my Uber's on the way. So I sat in that for like a minute or something, not even that long. 30 seconds later, I get a notification that my Uber is 4 minutes away. And I was just so relieved. And I was like, wow, it really does work. Like when you're detached from the outcome, obviously practice it on things that are smaller. But the overall idea is that you allow yourself to feel the feeling of your manifestation coming and just sit in that, because your good feeling energy is literally like a magnet. It makes you more magnetic to your desire. So don't be afraid to feel good. In fact, you must prioritize feeling good because that is what makes you so powerful. Your energy is your power. Okay, number 2. This is going to get into neuroscience, but you're going to start your day priming your brain. So get clear, like in your journal, get clear on what you want to be a magnet for that day, what you want to attract that day. And what you're doing when you do it in the first part of your day, before you go on your phone, before you check social media, before you check anything, is there's an area in your brain called the reticular activation system. So for example, if you ask yourself first thing in the morning, why am I so lucky? Because you're asking yourself that, the reticular activation system is then going to look for things in your environment to confirm this belief or to confirm this thought or to confirm this question. So you can actually think of this practice as a way to manipulate your brain and your energy and what you attract, because and the same can also go for negativity. Because if you think about it, when you start your day and you check your phone and you get like this horrific text or a terrible email, you're priming your brain then to look for things to confirm this negative feeling. And that's why it's so important to start your day with gratitude or positive intentions, not only because it just makes you feel better, but you're literally telling your brain what to look for. And you're telling your reticular activation system, like it's an actual part of your brain. So knowing this, that gives you more power to be like, okay, what do I want to be a magnet for? What do I want to attract? And then if you ask, and then sometimes, if you're not at the place of super, super high self-esteem, so saying things like, oh, I'm a magnet for this, or I'm so abundant, sometimes it doesn't feel true. And when it doesn't feel true to you, that can actually create more resistance. So reframing it by asking yourself the question of, why am I so grateful? And then giving your brain the opportunity to look for things in your environment to confirm this, or to give evidence to confirm that it's true. That's how you start to reprogram your brain. And that is really fucking powerful. So you're reprogramming your brain, But the important thing to note, and the way that you can also do this is because of neuroplasticity. Your brain is plastic, so it can always mold, it can always transform, but the key to it is consistency and repetition. So if you do this just for one day, you might, see your external environment giving you positive reinforcement that this is working, but you need to be consistent with it. So doing it every morning or every other morning if you're just starting out, and do it repeatedly. So that is a really powerful practice to incorporate into your morning routine, or even the night before. Just get clear. Just start doing it. Just do it, and then, go from there. And the third and the last thing is to put out the energy that you want to receive. This is so real. It's literally law of attraction. There's so many universal laws that prove this to be true from a quantum physics level. But say you're trying to manifest a new job. You hate your job right now and you're just super unhappy. If you just start bringing joy and bringing positive energy to what you're doing now and thinking about the things that you're grateful for with this job, think about how grateful you are that your job gives you a source of financial freedom or a source of financial security. If you start to reframe it and think about it that way, when you put out thoughts of gratitude or thoughts of joy, you're communicating to the universe, this is what I want. And the universe can then give it back to you because the universe is always responding. It's always a yes. So if you're actually saying, man, I hate my job, like I'm so unhappy here, the universe is going to give you more of that. It's going to give you more to confirm that, yeah, you're really unhappy. But if you can just try to bring entertainment to your job, bring a source of positivity and joy and gratitude, no matter how mundane it is, if you start to fix your energy where you're at now, the universe can then bring you things to push you closer to what you're aligned with. But if you're putting out this negative energy, the universe can't support you. That's just how energy works. So if you can just even make a little bit of a shift to make something more enjoyable in your current situation, or find ways to be grateful for what you're grateful for in your current situation, the universe will support you and start guiding you on a path that's more aligned with you. But you have to do your part and give the cues. And another example is, say you want a romantic relationship. If you are going around saying like, I'm so unhappy without a partner, and you're feeling like a sense of lack, well, you're putting out an energy of lack, and the universe is going to just give you more lack because you put out what you put out is what you're going to receive. So if you want to manifest more love in your life, focus on the relationships in your life that make you feel love. And you can do this in a multitude of ways. But one thing that you can do is also give yourself the space for 5 minutes to visualize your relationship with your parents or a really loving friend or even a pet, and just feel that energy of love and gratitude that you have for them, and let that energy just fill you up. Instead of looking for something outside of you to make you feel that way, you already have it within you. So cultivate more of it within yourself, because the energy that you put out is what you get back. So start giving more love to the people in your life instead of just being like, why aren't I receiving this or receiving that? Take the pressure off yourself. Give more of what you want to receive. Give more love to the people in your life. Compliment a stranger on the street. Compliment the person checking you out at the store. Like, there's so many little shifts that you can make to put out the energy that you want to receive, to give more of the energy that you want to receive, to just be a positive presence. And when you communicate through your actions, like, I'm ready to give love, then the universe is going to respond with, okay, I'm ready to give you more love, So it's all about give and take, and also just patience and trusting and doing these little practices and letting the universe show you the magic that can really happen, and just kind of working with this dance with the universe, building and strengthening your spiritual trust muscle, because your relationship with the universe is like a muscle. The more you work it, the more you surrender, the more you strengthen your faith, the more you're strengthening that muscle. And the more you strengthen that muscle, the more you're gonna be like, okay, if I just do this and I can't see the outcome, but I know that if I just focus on my energy and I focus on feeling the best that I can and being the energy that I wanna receive, you can trust that the universe is gonna meet you. But you have to do your part too. So I hope that this was helpful. I know I kind of spoke quickly about these, but these are things that I practice daily, and I have noticed such a shift in the quality and the types of people, experiences, and opportunities that I've attracted once I started really living by these tricks and principles. So I hope that even if you start doing one of these just every other day, or just have the awareness of it, that you start to cultivate that magic in your life and you feel magical, you feel love, you feel confident, you feel whole, you feel complete. That would be so amazing. That is my wish to you. And I'm putting out that energy for you and sending you all so much love, so much light. And that is all for this week. I will see you next week. Bye.